فلما أتاها نودي يا موسى إني أنا ربك فاخلع نعليك إنك بالوادي المقدس طوى وأنا اخترتك فاستمع لما يوحى إنني أنا الله لا إله إلا أنا فاعبدني وأقم الصلاة لذكري إن الساعة آتية أكاد أخفيها لتجزى كل نفس بما تسعى.
Amid the arid heart of the Sinai Peninsula, Mount Moses rises as a timeless symbol of history and spirituality. This mountain, whose height exceeds 2,200 meters, is known for its profound importance in the three monotheistic religions, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. Throughout the ages, its towering peak and rugged slopes have attracted pilgrims and visitors from all over the world, seeking serenity and contemplation at this sacred site. In Jewish and Christian traditions, Mount Moses is believed to be the place where the prophet Moses received the Ten Commandments from God, a pivotal moment in the history of faith and moral law. In Islam, the mountain is known as Mount Sinai, and is mentioned in the Quran as one of the blessed sites, besides St. Catherine's Monastery, one of the oldest monasteries in the world, stands at the foot of the mountain, adding to the religious and cultural importance of this site. Not only does Jebel Musa offer stunning natural vistas and mesmerizing sunrises, it also holds a rich heritage of religious stories and historical events. In this place where heaven and earth meet, visitors find themselves in the presence of history and faith, feeling the awe and majesty of this mountain that remains a witness to ancient time. Mount Moses, also known as Mount Sinai, is one of the most famous mountains in history and religion. Located in the Sinai Peninsula of Egypt, it is considered a sacred site for the three monotheistic religions, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. This mountain is characterized by its high height and stunning natural scenery, as it reaches a height of about 2,285 meters above sea level. The importance of Mount Musa. 1. Religious history. In Judaism, Mount Moses is considered the site where the prophet Moses received the Ten Commandments from God, as stated in the Bible. In Christianity, Mount Sinai is also considered a holy place, where Christian pilgrims ascend the mountain to meditate and pray. In Islam, the mountain is known as Tur Sinai and is considered one of the holy places mentioned in the Quran. 2. Historical sites. St. Catherine Monastery, located at the foot of the mountain. It is one of the oldest Christian monasteries in the world and contains a library containing rare manuscripts. Holy Bush Church. It is located in the St. Catherine Monastery complex and is considered a place of great importance. 3. Climbing and meditation. Mount Musa is a famous climbing destination, as visitors come from all over the world to climb it and watch the sunrise from its summit, which is an enchanting sight that reflects the spirituality of the place. 4. Cultural importance. Mount Moses represents a symbol of communication between man and the Creator, and a place that embodies the historical and religious stories that shape the beliefs and religions of different peoples throughout the ages. Visiting Mount Moses is not just a tourist trip, but rather a journey through history and faith, where the visitor finds himself surrounded by an atmosphere of holiness and awe, feeling the greatness of this place that witnessed events that changed the course of history. One of the most prominent situations that occurred with the prophet Moses on Mount Moses was his receipt of the Ten Commandments. According to the Torah and the Holy Quran, the prophet Moses ascended Mount Moses, or Mount Sinai, to receive instructions from God. It is mentioned in the Torah that God called Moses to ascend the mountain to give him the Ten Commandments, a set of basic laws that serve as the basis for moral and religious legislation. Moses stayed on the mountain for 40 days and 40 nights, where he received the 2 stone tablets inscribed with the 10 Commandments. During that period, a thick cloud covered Mount Sinai, and the Israeli people heard the sound of the trumpet and great thunder, which made them feel great terror. In the Holy Quran, Moses' encounter with God on the mountain is poignantly described. In Surah Al-Araf, God Almighty says,
ولما جاء موسى لميقاتنا وكلمه ربه قال رب أرني أنظر إليك قال لن تراني ولكن انظر إلى الجبل قال لن تراني ولكن انظر إلى الجبل فإن استقر مكانه فسوف تراني فلما تجلى ربه للجبل جعله دكا وخر موسى صعقا فلما أفاق قال سبحانك تبت إليك.
At this moment, Moses asked God to see him, and God replied that he could not see him in his worldly life, and commanded him to look at the mountain. When God appeared to the mountain, the rocks split and Moses fell unconscious from the magnificence of the scene. When he woke up, Moses realized the greatness of God and repented to God, confessing his deep faith. These stories highlight the deep spiritual connection between Moses and God, and illustrate the religious significance of Mount Moses as a place of divine connection and inspiration. In conclusion, the story of the prophet Moses on Mount Moses remains one of the most prominent and profound spiritual stories in religious history. This novel embodies a moment of interaction between man and the Creator, the moment when divinity is revealed before the human eye and the realization of divine greatness. By receiving the Ten Commandments, Moses laid a foundation for morality and legislation that has remained influential for thousands of years, not only in the Abrahamic religions, but throughout the world. Mount Moses was not just a geographical location, but rather became a symbol of the search for truth, sincerity in worship, and direct communication with God. That moment that witnessed Moses' interaction with God Almighty continues to remind us of the greatness of the Creator, invites us to think and contemplate our spiritual relationship, and urges us to strive toward faith, righteousness, and piety. Thus, the story of Moses on Mount Moses remains an eternal symbol of divine awe and greatness, and a key reference for understanding the divine directives that guide us in our daily lives toward goodness and justice. Don't forget to press the like button, subscribe to the channel, and activate the bell button to receive all new updates.